I
Beautiful, beautiful part of the world.
yeah, if we should shift from knowledgement to vibrational intelligence. I coach autism, nothing related with knowledge, only vibration and vibrational intelligence sorry, mm, vibrational mastery, only movement, juggling, we recycling, and my student see autism become Gnet World Record. No schooling, no special schooling,
Yeah.
only by spirituality, vibration, and I call it vibrational intelligence. No, no
Okay.
knowledge, intelligence. We should move to this. Even me too. I read a lot. I use AI a lot, but at least 2 3 hours vibration. I do exercise vibration. I think we should do something. I call it vibrational intelligence. What do you think about it?
Yeah. So, there are, everyone learns differently. And this is why the, this is fascinating because science, modern science, is only about 300 years old. So it's relatively new. And for 300 years, science has been attempting to determine if there is a field of energy that exists in the world. And if there is a field of energy, modern science is saying, what do we do with that? But our ancestors and our most ancient and cherished spiritual traditions begin with the understanding that, of course, there is a field of energy. Of course, we are part of that field. And of course, we access that field in our lives. So, so for over 5,000 years, spiritual traditions, they didn't try to prove that the field exists. They explored how to apply it in their lives for better health, better healing, and all of the traditions that come from that. So now science has just in the year 2012 was the first year science acknowledged this field. So now science says, yeah, there's a field, but what do we do with it? And this is where I think the marriage of science and spirituality can serve us. Science tells us the mechanics of how things work, but may not always know what to do with those mechanics. Spiritual traditions tell us how to apply those mechanics in our lives, but may not understand the nuts and the bolts, the engineering. When you marry those together, now we have a wisdom that's greater than the science alone. It's greater than the spirituality alone because it applies human experience to the knowledge. So, knowledge is how things work, wisdom is how we apply that knowledge in our lives. So the energy that you're talking about is certainly a part of that, and there are so many techniques. Whether we're talking about Tai Chi, Qigong, I've studied martial arts since I was 12, since I was 12 years old. I don't talk about it publicly, but it's a very important part of my life because it is accessing and moving that energy uh, in not only in the world but in our bodies as well. So I think the answer is yes, and we begin learning that that field is more than movement. That field is information, and that's where the knowledge comes from. Direct knowledge, even without speaking. And I think we're probably moving to a point where we will begin to rely more on nonverbal communication because we will have awakened that sense. At least some of the population will have awakened that sense. And some people do it already right now. So I'm hesitating. I don't know if you guys are following what's happening in the United States right now is our government is requiring officials to come forward and testify under oath uh, about our relationship with life that is not from planet Earth for the last 80 years. And this is happening on C-SPAN TV. Anyone can watch it. These are high-level government officials with security clearance that are now acknowledging that we, Earth, planet Earth, we have had a relationship with life from beyond this world for at least 80 years, from the middle of the 20th century. We have their craft, we have their technology, and there are different species, at least 4 different species that had now been acknowledged publicly. I mean, there's a whole story behind that. The reason I'm saying this is because most of the life forms that are not from Earth that we are now going to be introduced to over the next few years use nonverbal communication. So they are, if you want to call it telepathic, it's more than telepathy. It's actually on a cellular level. You're sensing the information in your cells. As we acclimate to interfacing with life from other worlds, I think we will awaken our own innate abilities for nonverbal communication. And for those people that are already doing this is going to be much easier. And then you will be the leader to help other people learn how to do this as well. So I'll stop there, but I think it's fascinating to see how, the process is called disclosure. Some people are very familiar with it. Some people are not following this at all. But the officials have already said under oath, under the threat of perjury if they lie, so they aren't lying, that we have these relationships and we are currently interacting with at least 4 species of life not from Earth, and that much of their communication is nonverbal communication. So
I think everybody is one vibrational antenna. We transfer out the vibration to autistic children. They cannot understand knowledge, know anything knowledge, but they do great things. We should shift from knowledge management to vibrational management. Not we think we exist now. We vibrate, we exist. I like vibration. Vibration is emotional.
Yeah, it's all vibration. I just did an interview with a woman that created a program called the Telepathy Tapes. And I know many people are watching this about autistic children communicating non-verbally. And the point of that is if they can do it, we can do it. This is the point of any kind of autism, of any kind of, many of the things that we call defects in other people are not defects. They are abilities. Their bodies are focused to show us what we can do in our lives. So I think we're gonna, as we become aware of that, we're gonna see more of that. It's all vibration. You're right. So yeah, thank you. So Shlomo, I think we need to go to. I don't know if we're gonna get. But people are adding questions, and I don't think we're gonna get to all the questions.
No, we will not. Greg, I just cannot avoid myself from telling you that I've been with Dr. Viet. He was high rank in the democratic workplace in Vietnam, very VIP, and he left everything. And he went to live in an autistic farm, and he is teaching the people, training them.
Wow.
And what he's doing, they won, I think, some high ranks in juggling, because the autistic people, they are very good in doing the same thing again and again and again. Yeah. And I was there, I was crying out of excitement. He's doing really miracles.
Oh, well, thank you for the work that you're doing. And, I think all of this change that we're seeing, it's difficult on one level, but it's forcing us to wake up and come to terms with who we are on another level. And maybe that's the way it works. Maybe that's what we need to do. I think in a year from now, we will look at this conversation and we'll have much more information. I think we'll see a lot more of this coming to light.
So,
yeah.
And everybody who is asking about, look at his name, Phan Quoc Viet, and you can go into the website and you can see amazing work he's doing with the
Greg, how to contact with you? I want to send you directly email or something like to talk with you.
Thank you.
If you go to my website, there is an email address. If you write personal in the subject line, it will come directly to me.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So the next one, if I remember correctly, was D short. I don't know if you're D short or D long, but